my consulting firm where I help business owners and entrepreneurs become moguls in their industry. Yes. So that's it. And I was working Closire at the same time I was working the job, and the job started getting in my way. I'm like, I need to work on Closire. And so when Closire became bigger than my job, I had to let the job go. Like, I'm gonna go do this.
But you could have stayed at the job. The job sounded like it was decent, probably good benefits, 401k, decent salary. So you could have rocked it out if you wanted.
I could have, but Closire needed me more. Closire needed me more. My heart, it was the time. Like, I think as entrepreneurs, you know when your time is. You can't rush it. I had a 401k when I left with my job. With my 401k, I had about $50,000. So, and I had a financial planner, and so I had somebody help me with my money, so I can, you know, try to figure it out for the next year or two. It did not go like that. It did not go like that. At that time, I still was living in a house, so I'm paying like $1,300 a month in expenses. Like, it was crazy. The first so long. You know, I eventually let the house go, sent my son to his dad's for a year, moved in with my mom. I mean, it's a process to become an entrepreneur. A mindset. You have to go through self-talk. You have to be okay with failing. You have to be okay with being broke. You have to know your niche market. There's all these things that nobody tells you when you first leave your job and you thinking, I got $50,000 in the bank.
You think that's going to take us there, but... Well.
So I've been an entrepreneur, a full-time entrepreneur for 3 years, and I started out as a mogul in training. So that's kind of how I got the mogul moniker, right? Everything I tagged was mogul in training, a mogul in training. I don't know exactly where I'm going to go or how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to train to be a mogul until I get there. And so with Closire, I just started hitting these great goals. I did $10,000 on Kickstarter. Boom. People were like, okay. And then I did
Kickstarter?
$10,000 successfully raised on Kickstarter.
Wow. Yeah, well, that itself is pretty dope. How did you do that?
Begging, borrowing, stealing. No, I'm just kidding. Strategy. We did 3 million page views in less than 7 months from launching, 1 million visitors. We got off to a really good start with Closire. So I went from mogul in training to people saying, hey, how did you do that? And so I started training other people to be moguls, and my mentor was like, yeah, you need to drop the mogul in training now. Like, you're training moguls. And so that's how we got to Mogulvation, because I'm mogul motivated all the time. So this course is called The Mogul Blueprint, how to launch a business like a mogul, how to start a business like a mogul. And I created this course because a lot of the emails that we receive, a lot of the questions that I get, a lot of the filtering that I do is always, how did you do it? How did you leave your job and become an entrepreneur? How did you live off of your 401k? What are the steps to starting a business? How do I do my domain? How is always the question that people have. And as a first-time entrepreneur, that was my question, how? I spent lots of money on trying to figure out how. I read a lot of books on trying to figure out how. I wasted a lot of money on trying to figure out how. And so since I saw that there was this gap, I decided to fill it. And so I did the Mogul Blueprint so that people actually have an action plan on what they need to start a business. We talk about leaving the plantation. The Black Wealth Bootcamp is all about what you need to do. And so I came through with how you can do it.
Yes. It's literally going to save people years and thousands of dollars, this course.
Yeah, I've been an entrepreneur for 3 years, and I've literally put everything that I know into 4 weeks. So during the course, we'll talk about the $8,500 website my first website that I did that nobody saw. Nobody saw the first website, $8,500. The second website was $2,500. And then the third website, which is what's up on Closire right now, is a $45 website that I maintain myself.
Whoa.
So we'll go through, you know, what do you need for your first website? We'll go through pages, how much it should cost. We'll go through, you know, domain setup, just the process, how things should flow. A lot of times people get to start a business and the first thing they do is get a business card. I'm like, well, why do you got a business card? What's your email address? Something at Gmail. I can't take you seriously if you at Gmail. So I just take,
same thing,
you know what I mean? Like, it's the stuff you don't know.
It's those little things that can make or break you.
Yes.
It's a bunch of little things, and you master little things by trial and error.
Trial and error. So it saves people 3 years. I'm definitely going to save them $10,000. So if nothing else, I'm going to save you 3 years of heartache, headache, stress, and for sure I'm going to save you $10,000 because I can talk to you about, you know, different tools, different things you can do. I'm actually going to have a couple of my entrepreneur friends who have their own business that other people can start come in. So you have like the notary school. So one of the things that we're going to be talking about in the school during the course is what kind of a business should I start, right? Because there's some people who want to be an entrepreneur, they want to start a business, but they don't know what they want to do. So they're just, I want to do something, I just don't know what. So one of the things we're going to do is talk about how do we build businesses around your strengths. And so one of the exercises I'm going to have people do is, what are you good at? What do you do better than anybody else? And how can you monetize that? And for people who don't know, I'm going to have you come in and talk about the notary school for somebody who might not know. I'll probably have Angela come in and talk about virtual assistant because she has a course. So people who aren't sure what to do, I'm also going to give you options. Both of my ebooks that I published, so they're going to get my crowdfunding book that I've done, and they're going to get my 200 resources to start and operate a successful business. So all the stuff that nobody told me and I had to figure out for myself, I'm going to tell them.
How much is this course? I know it's like $2,000, right?
No, man, you know what? Here's the thing. When I first started out, I needed information and everybody was charging $2,000, $3,100. And I was like, I'm starting out. I can't pay you $2,000. I just paid $8,500 for a website. I can't pay you $2,000. And so I told myself, you know what, when I get to a place where I can turn around and give somebody else some information, I don't want to take them across the coals. We can't have successful businesses and do good business if nobody tells us how to have successful businesses and do good business. So I didn't want to do that. So I made the course very reasonable. It's $299. So it's very fair. It's very easy. If you have a corporate job or you work a daytime job, it's $299. If you don't, it's $299. So www.themogulblueprint.com, and that'll take you to lead page that we're talking about, but that'll take you to the lead page, or the page that's all nice and pretty. You'll see my face, and then it gives you all the information on that page. Click on the purple button that says I want to invest in me, and then it will take you to the page where you can pay.
This is it.
Yes.
This is a game changer. I'm excited about it. You years in the making. I'm excited. I'm pumped up. I'm pumped up.
We hear so many people that want to start a business, and just people are like, they're just confused. I don't know what it's going to take. I don't know how much it's going to cost. I don't know how much money I need to hold. I don't know what type of business. I'm going to be answering the how.
And that's what's going to get a lot of people from being on the sideline to being in the game. They can see some encouragement, some direction, and the world is ours. So, LaNée Javet, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Mogul. And our community thanks you as well for all of your hard work. We appreciate what you do.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Javet at I am LaNée Javet, and I just wanted to leave a quick word for you today. Something for you to think about when you get down or you feel like you're tried.